I am just going to wait for people to come in. Drop a comment in the comment section. Drop a comment in the comment section, y'all, if y'all can hear me. If y'all see. I'm going to wait for 1 minute or so for everybody to log on. Say hi. Don't be a stranger. Thank you guys for coming on my live. You know, I was going to do this on Sunday. But with it being Memorial Day weekend, everybody has their own plans and own agenda. So I can't expect my subscribers and everybody on YouTube to be, here with me on the Sunday, even though it's not a bad idea. I would want to be with me, but maybe I'm a little biased. Make sure that you guys drop me a line in the comment section. I got my chat to work, y'all, now, so I can see what y'all saying if y'all saying something. Hey, Kristen. Hello. Who else is coming up in here? So today's topic is part 2 of things I wish my parents would have told me. And feel free to put your input in while I am talking about what I'm talking about. All right. You guys, 7:03. I know sometimes we can be late. But I didn't want to be tardy for the party. So where's everybody at? And don't be afraid to give it a like, a thumbs up. It's free. Trust me. I've done it before. It costs nothing to like, the video, share with a friend, tell anybody. It's all good. Where is everybody at? Where y'all at? Oh, somebody follows directions. I see that that somebody just. I'm going to look back on this. I'm going to look back on this live stream once I get my subscriber count booming to that 24K that was in my vision board. And I'm going to say, wow, I have 20,000 people on my live. And now, back then it was only 4 I can see. Oh, okay. The numbers is coming up. The numbers are coming up. That's what I like to see. Okay, it's going down. Now it's like a stock market. All right. Come back up again. All right. So I'm going to get started because I don't want to take all of your Thursday, even though I'd love to be here with each and all of you and talk about what I am going to say. Things I wish my parents would have told me. All right. So I would like to start off with excuse me. Ooh, choking over here. Things I wish my parents would have told me. 1 second. 1 second, you guys. 1 second. Some people ask me questions, and I want more of the dance party to join me while I'm on my live because, I love y'all. I don't want y'all to hear this. I want y'all to just, get with this. All right. Oh, okay. So we're going up now. I'm about to start. Don't forget to drop a comment in the comment section. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please make sure that you do. And let's get started with this video. Okay. So number 1, I mean, like I said in the last video, we can go on and on talking about the things that we wish our parents would have told us, because there's so many things that we learn as adults that we needed to know as children, as preteens, as teenagers. But I just wrote down a couple of things because this could be a whole month, 2 month long series. Certain vocabulary words. Certain vocabulary words should be used in your household. Okay. 3 came to mind that I wrote down for this live were mental health, which when I was coming up, we just called it bona fide certified crazy. So there is a difference between just having mental health issues and being crazy, but oftentimes we just kind of sweep things under the rug, or at least when my generation, when I was coming up, I'm not that old, sound like it, but we called it just crazy. And you have to, like, mental health, if it's not treated, can turn into a crazy situation. It can turn into, more if things are not treated. So it is okay to talk about mental health because it is serious. It's real out here. Y'all see the news? Y'all see the news? Y'all don't be one of them people that don't want to watch the news just because it's sad, it's traumatizing, it's, you don't feel like it because it's sad. Don't be that way. You got to turn on the news and see what's going on in our world. I mean, it's crazy people killing, shooting people left and right. So please be aware of mental health and teach that to your kids, because, you might be living with someone with mental illness, know that, know someone with mental illness and not know what it is. So teach your kids that at a young age, please. Another word that is not taught to us, but we find out later, is self-care. Self-care. We often hear about working 2 jobs. That's a household thing. To work 2 jobs, to work hard, but we put taking care of ourselves on the back burner. And that's not okay, because if you start to learn about taking care of yourself and self-care at an early age, it's easy to form the habit early than it is to form it at a later time in your life. There's adults struggling to have some self-care, adults struggling to find the time to take care of themselves, and they don't have it because that wasn't taught to them at a young age. We taught to have fun, we're taught to enjoy life, we're taught to be kids, but self-care is important, especially if you're a teenager in the working era, where you're starting to get a job, starting to live life a little bit more. You got to make sure that you take time and do some self-care for yourself, because it's harder at an older age to try to incorporate that versus building that up when you are younger. Net worth. Net worth is a word that people should have in their household, should know. Now, when you're 3 years old, you obviously don't have a net worth. So, I'm not talking about that. Starting to get into your teenage years, yes, you should have a net worth, or should start to understand what a net worth is. And that is one thing that people are not taught. My mom was a hairstylist. Okay. I grew up in a beauty salon / barbershop. My brother worked there too. Only net that I knew was hairnet. Like, I didn't know anything about what a net worth was. And that's something that I wish would have been taught to me at an early age, because it's important. Some adults don't even know what it is. Some adults don't know what a net worth is. Make sure you subscribe to that channel, you guys. Get the likes up, comment, drop a comment if you want to chime in. I'm going over vocabulary words that we wish our parents would have told us at an early age. So, to my understanding, net worth is assets. minus your liabilities. And there, boom, you have what you are, your net worth is. The earlier you learn that, the better. And assets, I guess assets is one of those words because not everybody knows what that is. What you acquire, things that you own, things that you've invested in, assets. You want to get your assets up. That net worth gets up. The earlier, the better that you know this, man, you'll be better off. So if you guys can think of anything else, let me know. I know I play Monopoly with Bryce. Okay, that's my son. And it's good. It's important to play that game because, you know, even though they're little, it gives them a passion for acquiring things of value, things that, you know, that will build wealth for them later, you know, things that people take for granted, you know, with renting and teaching them to own a property and everything. So even little games like that is cool to play. Play Monopoly with your kids. It's cool to do that. Or any other games of financial value is fine too. Savings and checking, somebody said, you know, having a savings account and the checking account is important, but even to understand to not go into the savings and checking all the time. As soon as I put the money in, I feel good. Okay, let me withdraw that and take that out. You can't do that. You have to understand why they're there and how to use them, the savings and checking account. Let's see here. What else we got? Which goes along with my next topic. Have good spending habits. Have good spending habits. I wish my parents would have told me to have good spending habits. I told you, recap from Sunday, you know, take a credit card, tear it up. Boom. That's your lesson on credit. That's your lesson on having no credit. You get older. But, excuse my nose. Allergies. I don't know. Just because you make $100,000 a year does not mean that you are worth $100,000 a year. You could go to the strip club every weekend and trick off on Vanessa the Undresser or whatever the hell, Boom Boom Belinda, I don't know. And spend all your money. Spend your weekly earnings. If you're a serial dater, excuse me. If you are a serial dater and you date multiple women, you might spend a lot of your money that way. If you have a wife, which you should be spending on her, girlfriends too, y'all can't get left out. You're gonna spend money. You're gonna spend money, and you just have to know how to budget. So practicing good spending habits is at an early age would help later on down the line. You know, a friend of mine was telling me that he gives his daughter money from the Tooth Fairy and says, hey, if I give you $3 and you wait till another day, wait 3 more days, I'll give you another $1 on top of that. And then that's what she wanted to do. So she waited and she earned the $1. So that put her in the frame of mind to want to save money instead of spending it. And I just recently did that with my son who lost his 55th tooth. The Tooth Fairy money that Tooth Fairy business is expensive, by the way. It's like, you know, my cousin said somebody gave her son $50 for one tooth. And I'm like, whew, these teeth is expensive. Like my son, he got $2. And what I told him was, I mean, sometimes I'll give him 10, whatever. What I told him was, if you can wait till Saturday, I'll give you $1 more on top of that too. If you can wait till Sunday, I'll give you $2 more on top of that too. So he is now waiting. I don't know which one he's going to give into to spend his money his tooth fairy money, because $2 is a lot more to a 6-year-old. $4 is a lot more of a 6-year-old than 2. So he's going to wait. So kudos to him. Somebody else chimed in. Hi, Autumn. Interest. Yes, interest. Good old interest. Just because the car is $10,000 does not mean it's $10,000. By the time that you finish paying it off with the 10-year, 5-year, whatever loan, that car might be $15,000. So that's how the banks make money. That's a good one. I didn't even think about, it didn't cross my mind about interest. But yeah, that's a good one. So interest rates, you need to teach your kids that something is not all what it appears to be. People add money, the bank. And I'm surprised in 2021 that people are not doing more. Schools are not implementing more financial education for young children. But steadily creditors are collecting money for, running up the spending habits that kids have, when they miss the financial lesson or the credit lesson by, about, trying, building your credit. So you got to teach your kids about interest. You got to teach your kids about rates. Somebody said, play the game of life. That's a good game. I've never played it. I've heard of it. Maybe I should get that. I like new ideas. I might get that, for my son. My son has this. He has this little money thing. I'll show y'all. This. He has his little fake money. He be making it rain with some fake money sometimes. I'll let him make it rain. Sometimes I make it rain for him too. But anyway, he has that, teaching about the value of $1, $100. Like, he cashes his money, his fake money, in for real money. And, he likes it. It's exciting to him. It doesn't take much when you're 5, 6, 7 years old to get, to get you excited. And especially if they can get excited over something that will help them in the long term, that's even better, What is else? Yes, these are important. Somebody said, glad to see you're discussing net worth. It is so important, and it is. And I also want to see you guys get them likes up. If you're new to my channel, make sure that you subscribed. It is about motivation, life, improving your overall life, helpful tools that will help you through life, the struggles that it throws you, and the curveballs. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and join the dance party. All right. Okay. So what else? We talked about budget. Yeah. Like I was saying, just because you make 100,000 does not mean you could be 100,000 but worth 20,000 if you're renting, spending your money here, spending it there, not putting it away, doing anything but the right things with your money. So I wish my parents would have told me to form good spending habits early, not necessarily teach me. But if you hear your parents say things, but show you how. It's one thing to actually say it, but to actually put it in action is important. So I think as this day and age, we definitely need to be taught a little bit more how to, correctly utilize our money, because it is very important. And a lot of people don't know how. A lot of adults don't know how. So I just want you guys to start. If you haven't, if you are doing it, kudos to you. And healthy eating habits. Somebody also said healthy eating habits is another one. You guys see my juicing videos, my smoothie videos. I start my son off eating seaweed and spinach smoothies as a youngster, so that he'll know what it is, so that I won't have to introduce it to him at 10, 12 years old. Here, eat this, and it's foreign to him. That's how I raised him. I wish I knew more about healthy eating habits and what to eat. My mom is from the South, and she's a country girl, South Carolina. I had city dressed salt pork when I was younger, and sausages and all types of unhealthy things. She was not the most health conscious. She might put some spinach on a plate, kept potatoes, kept it moving. But my dad was more of the healthy conscious person. But it's always important to teach your kids about healthy eating, or teach yourselves, because before you teach your kids, you got to teach yourself. A lot of adults don't even know what eating healthy is. You have to have balance too. What else? Let's see here. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this and commenting on my chat, because this matters a lot. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Somebody said have a net worth goal. Have a net worth goal. Yes. You gotta have a net worth goal. You might far surpass the goal, but just to have something starting out in mind is far beneficial than not. You just don't make money to make money. Set yourself to a certain standard. Set yourself to a certain goal. It all makes sense. I mean, that goes along with the goals that you're supposed to be having in life anyway. So make sure that you do have a goal for your net worth. So this is one that I learned, and this I can't stand. People will lie to you. Mom and dad might not lie. They might be the honest people, but when you're dealing with the real world, you will find out that people will lie to you. And me, I guess I was so sheltered. I was so sheltered that I didn't know that about too much about lying. I didn't know too many liars until I went to Catholic school. Went to Catholic school in the ninth grade. And I got in trouble with this girl named Jamie. Jamie was a bit of a liar, and we got into the principal's office for something one day. I can't remember what exactly it was. I guess we got into an argument in class. It was an argument in class. I can't remember what it was over. And we got called in the principal's office, and the nun had said, "Did you say this?" I said, and Jamie said, "No, sister, I didn't." And I'm just looking at her like, "Oh, she just lied. Now you said that. She lied to me." Jamie was a liar. I ain't know nothing about nobody telling a bold-faced lie in front of you. Because I was raised with the honesty policy. I didn't know nothing about people lying to you. Like that's a lie. So that caught me off guard. I was like, she just lied, and then she got away with it too. So, you have to prepare yourself. Not everybody's going to, tell the truth. Not everybody's going to be, truthful. World is not like full of moms and dads out here, or grannies and grandpa. People are going to say what they want to say to get out of trouble. And I learned that the hard way, because, my parents didn't really have the lesson with me that people will lie to you. So let's see. What else? Don't shelter the kids. It's not gonna, don't do it. A sheltered lifestyle your whole life is just a disaster waiting to happen. It's a disaster waiting to happen, because people are just ruthless, and people need to know at an early age. The earlier, the better for a lot of situations. The earlier, the softer the blow when you know. Okay, so please, if possible, just be honest. And tell your kids that people ain't honest. Tell your kids. Work or business. Make sure you guys are typing in the comment section. Ask me questions. Give me something to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about. Okay. Make sure that you are talking to your kids about work or business. Not everybody is designed to be an entrepreneur. Not everybody is designed to work for somebody like a 9-to-5er. The problem is that people don't have the total discussion. And, even with my mom having businesses, me growing up with parents, a parent who has businesses, people don't get told, that, it's a commitment. A commitment is made. Hey, Nadine. Hi, Ken. Hi, Aw. People don't get told when, you're making the decision to go to college that, when you get out of this school and you get to working, number one, you might not get a job thinking you're going to make 6 figures, because you could tell me with my Rutgers University graduating degree that I wasn't getting out and I wasn't going to make 6 figures straight out of college. Straight out of college. I thought I was going to be I thought I was getting those coins. No. And it bust my bubble. I wish somebody would have told me. Why somebody tell me that when I get out, I'm not going to be making the money that it takes a while to make? I had to humble myself. Instead of that 6 figures, I started making $15 an hour when I got out of college. A little off from 6 figures, but it had to start somewhere. But yeah, talk to your kids. The thing I think that most parents fail to talk to their children about is choosing if you want to commit to that 40-hour a week working for somebody else commitment for 40 years. Or do you want to commit to 50, 60, 70 hours a week and retire early, owning your own business? And that is a decision, like I said, my mom was a business owner, but even coming from a business owner, I never got a chance to have that conversation with my mom. If this is what I really ultimately want to do, go to college, work for somebody for the rest of your life, because that time you can't get back. Can't get it back. It's going out of here. So, you got to plan right when it comes to these things too. And, you got to, it's benefits and pros and cons to everything. Some people don't mind that they are going to work for somebody for the rest of their life and then get a pension. And then, at 65 years old, you get to actually enjoy life, providing you may have back problems or on some medications or whatever the case may be in the situation. Hopefully, none of those things happen because you guys are juicing and watching my juicing videos and all that stuff. If not, after this live, make sure you watch my Dances Healthy, some of those videos in that playlist. But anyway, yeah. So working, hi, Lauren. Working for the rest of your life until retirement is a choice that needs to be determined early versus owning your own business and putting in the work in early, a lot of work, so that you won't have to work for the rest of your life. You got to be strong like Teflon to actually do the self-employment thing. I tell you right now, it's not easy. I have a lot of respect for those people who are business owners and who make their own money, do not have to punch that clock every day, because it is a hustle. You got to stick with it. You have to have some innate power to actually survive having your own business. And a lot of times our parents do not give us that ability to make that choice. They kind of make it, you kind of just taught to go ahead and work for somebody else after high school. Oh, what college are you getting into? Taught to take the SATs and just go to college. But it's not always cut out for everybody. People are not built to be 9-to-5ers. People are not built to be business owners, but you have to, give your children, have that discussion, talk to your children, Now, if I could take things back, I enjoyed my college experience, but I might have done things a little bit differently, probably go to college and work. I mean, we had something called work study at Rutgers. For all my little Rutgers people, if y'all went there, drop a comment in the comment section. Are you shout out right now? But yeah, you're just taught to automatically just go and keep going and keep going and, get the master's, the PhD. Every time I say PhD, I think about Kevin Samuels. I'm a PhD, but but yeah, you have to let people make the decision early. Please talk to your kids. Tell your kids that if you're going to be committing to working, make sure it's something that you love, which brings me back to my next point. Doing something that you're passionate about. You have to, when you choose what you're going to do, whether it be, working for yourself, working for somebody else, make sure you're passionate about it. There is nothing worse in the world than letting decades of work go by and you hate it. You complain. You turn into a miserable. Nobody wants to be around that. That is not a good look. If you are a shoe salesman for 25 years and you have no interest in shoes, but you're just doing it because it is a paycheck, leave it to Al Bundy. Go find something else. No point in you doing that because it's not going to be something that makes you happy. Isn't life about happiness? Isn't that? I thought it was. It's a struggle. It's a pursuit. But you should actually chase your passion and not the money, because when you chase the passion, the money comes right along and it follows. So may not be quick, but you'll get there if you do something that you love. Even if it's a hobby that you make it on the side, I feel like you should do something that you are definitely passionate about, because at the end, you'll feel better. There's nothing worse. I mean, I'm not there yet, but there's nothing worse than, and I'm very far off, there's nothing worse than turning 70 and realizing you spent decades of working for a company that you don't like, you don't hate, you glad you retired from there. You didn't have fun. All you're doing is punching the clock to wait to get off. That is the worst, but we all do it. People done it. I did it, but we want to teach our kids to make choices about what we want to do. Planning is imperative. Teaching your kids to properly plan for life, even if it's small things. It doesn't have to be my 5-year goal and you're 12. My 5-year goal, my 10-year goal. You don't have to, but you can teach how to plan for certain things, because the years go quick and time does too. And if you don't prepare and plan, then it'll just be a waste. It really will, and you'll have, and you know what? Another thing, life insurance, I mean, if you don't, I don't know, some companies are set up differently, but if you could die at your job, God forbid any of you, any of us die at our job, while we're working our job, let's say, rather, or at our job, but anybody dies, you don't and you're not working, rather, you're not working at your job, you retired or whatever the case may be. I don't know if life insurance covers you. You might want to take out a second policy. That might be smart. Because I know some companies, when you're out of there, you're out of there. And you don't want to be out of there without something to pay for you being out of there. So please try and get a second life insurance policy, because that's one of the things parents don't tell you about. Because, we think, Tasha or Sam going to live forever. And that's not the case. Things happen. Life happens. You have to plan. You have to prepare for it. And I would even encourage everybody on this live stream or who's going to be watching the replay of this live stream to check to see what your policy covers. When you retire or you quit this job, you go find a next, like what you got going on? Who's going to take care of you? Because you're not just you thinking about it, it's your family too. You do not want to be in a situation or a position where you are struggling. Your family is struggling. Not only are they mourning, but they passing around the hat, for help to help you because you failed to plan improperly. Any other comments, you guys? I keep touching my nose. Any other comments, you guys? Anything that I'm missing before I go on to the next? We talked about interest rates. A will. Somebody said a will. Yes. Will you need, and these are hard, sensitive topics to talk about. We don't want to. No one wants to think about any of our loved ones dying. But yes, you need a will. You need to know a living will. You need to know the difference. You need to know. And I am not a finance, savvy, economics, finance, all that stuff. I am not a pro, an expert, or anything. I just know like basic stuff that I wish, again, my parents would have told me when I was younger that I plan on and am in the process of teaching my son, because I know that I don't want him to be green and just find out everything, as he, as he gets older, because you want to protect your kids. As parents, we all want to protect our kids from heartbreak. We want to shelter them, but you have to know the difference between, is it really protection or is it really better to, hide this from them or not talk about these things now and just wait till they're older so we won't have to burden them? Or is it just get it out the way, let me prepare them, because you never know what's going to happen? What's better? I think the second is better. I think it's better to just let people know, let the kids know what to expect, what's going on with you, what to expect out of life. Again, my channel is about life, preparing, motivational, self-help, improvement, overall well-being. So all the topics, all the videos, you'll see me out vlogging, enjoying life. You'll see me talking about, how to go out and live life, because, life has no blueprint. It's unwritten rules. Nobody wrote them down, but there's things you just learn. So I'd like to help people avoid something that I couldn't avoid, wouldn't you? What else? Oh, actions, not words. Seeing is believing. You guys, I wish that my parents would have told me that you are to trust someone's actions, not necessarily their words, because words are meaningless. Actions prove things. Actions show that a person is really about what they're about. And you know what? I grew up, fairly naive, I'd say, and I believed the things that weren't true, because people said that, because I wanted something. I wanted to see the outcome, the result. I was looking forward to, what I wanted to happen. And because somebody told me some words that sounded good, but just because the words sound good does not mean that it is good. Does not mean that people are going to be a person of their word or do what they say that they're going to do. So please make sure that you teach your kids that action, don't believe it until you see it. That saying is very true, because people tell you anything, not saying you're stupid or nothing, or raising stupid kids or anything, but you just want to prepare your kids for what is to come, what to expect. Let me recap what I said. Let's see. Certain vocabulary words. What do we learn? Mental health. That's a word you need to teach your kids. Self-care, net worth, assets. There's more words than that, but these are the few that I wrote down. playing Monopoly with your kids, teaching them finances as early, acquiring things is far better. The earlier you get the assets, the better off you will be. Make sure you have the good spending habits, because again, if you make $50,000 a year, does not mean you are worth $50,000 a year. People will lie to you. Make sure you don't shelter your kids and let them know and think that everybody's Honest Abe over here, because they're not. The way life is. Work or business, have that talk. See what their interests are. Is your child interested in building houses? Is your child interested in, being a pharmacist? What is your child interested in? Make sure you teach your kids that you can work for the rest of your life until you get 65, or you can work around your own schedule, but you might put in a lot of hours. It is so much of a difference. And also have a balance. I have a video. It's called Work-Life Balance. You guys need to check that one out. I believe that is in my Learn to Dance playlist. You have to have a balance between work and living life, because there's adults that I know personally firsthand that have no concept of how to incorporate a social life or any type of life, family life, balance, anything. All they do is work because they're trying to build. And that, my friends, the dance party is not good. You need to have a work-life balance, and that needs to be taught to your little teenage kids with their little first jobby job, because they can't just party all the time. You have to know that you need to work. You need to balance your work and your personal life, social life as well. They're both equally important to have. All work and no play is not fun, but all play and no work leaves you broke. That's not fun either. Any of y'all been broke before? How's fun is broke? Real fun, right? No, it's not. Also, actions. Trust actions, not words. So make sure that you teach your kids, forget what they say. Words is just words until you see what comes out of them. So I think I just recapped everything. Anybody else have anything else to add? Oh, paying yourself first. Yes, you got to pay yourself first. I think I covered that in the last. Covered that in the last live stream. Paying yourself first. What? Put 20%. I think you're supposed to. Excuse me. Give 20% of your income. What comes in, and set that aside. A little nest egg. Don't touch it. Put it in a bank. Put it far away in a faraway bank that is not easily accessible. One of them no-name banks that you can't find. I don't know if that's good because you can always transfer if something happens to that bank, but somewhere where it's out of your access and reach. I was told from my married friends that separate accounts and a joint account. Don't just put all your money in one. Some of my married friends have two separate accounts, and then they have one that is together. So have that. But I guess that is about it for now. We went over interest rates and everything, the importance of having a savings and checking. So I just wanted to come back on this live stream and check in with y'all. Thank y'all for being here with me and participating. Make sure you watch some of my other videos from my Learn to Dance Travels, Dance with Me, Inspirational Dance, Dance is Healthy, and Dance Travels. And whatever other videos that you have not seen. I uploaded one today about my trip to Virginia. So that's a good one. Go ahead and like, comment, and share that video as well. And I think I am going to be going live on Sundays and Thursdays. Like I said in the beginning of the video, for those who have missed it, I was going to go live this Sunday, but it is Memorial Day. And I'm sure you guys are going to be on the beach or at a party cutting up somewhere, and you have no time to be on YouTube live with me, even though I know you want to, but I'm being mindful. So you probably will catch me next Sunday on this live. And for now, Thank you for all for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye now.